Hello, beautiful people. It's Lulu, and what I'm going to do here really, really quick, at least I'm thinking it's going to be quick, okay, um, is your pep talk. We do have the full moon in Gemini coming up, but overall, this is anytime really, right? Is a good time for us to get grounded, right? Grounded in this reality, but making sure that we still tap in with our star player. We connect on a regular basis, right? Because one of the questions that may come up for many of you now that you have transitioned into a new way of being, seeing, thinking, doing, or whatever it is that's going on in your life, right? There may be a new way of dissecting or realizing through careful dissection what is a reality and what is actually an illusion, and what is that in between space, which is the actual reality, right? Because one of the things that we came back here to do, and I know a lot of truth seekers are trying to figure out why they're here, why we have gone through so many things, why does this cycle continue to continuously repeat itself over and over and over. If you look back in time, there's always someone that went through some similar things that you went through. When you look back in time, you see that a lot of events that happened thousands and thousands of years ago are just replaying. It's just a constant replay, right? So at the end of the day, one of the things that we came back here to realize with our real eyes is that the material world isn't as valuable or as important as we were conditioned to believe. That's the biggest thing, right? It is, you are meant to have everything that you could possibly want, but also not be attached to it in a way that with or without it, you will still be a spiritual being having a human experience in the highest regard. But let's get into whatever we're going to talk about. Now, the first one that comes out is Undying Love. This is Azult. Okay. All right. And this has to do with possibly if you have been in a relationship with someone, if you were in a space, and this is all so spiritual to me, but I'm going to continue to be grounded here. It's fun. All right. So whether someone has transitioned or whether you haven't spoken to someone for a very long time, maybe you ended things on a bad note, whatever it may be, this has a lot to do with just knowing that there was a strong bond between you and someone, right? And again, right, we try not to have too many expectations of people because people are designed to continue to grow in whatever way that they are supposed to grow, how they came to grow, what it is that they are on their journey to learn. Maybe you were with this person for a season. Maybe they were in your life for only a short span of time, but it had a huge influence on who you are at this time. Thank you. Now then, let's split these cards because, baby, y'all playing too much. What are y'all doing? Now, what information do you have for these beautiful people, honey? Thank you. All right, so many of you may be at a crossroads, and I usually get that when I look at the cards, but for some reason I feel as though whatever this crossroad is, whatever this major decision is that you will need to make, right, it's going to take you some time to get comfortable in the repercussions, consequences that come with making that decision, right? Because life is about choices, challenges, changes, consequences, right? All right, Artemis is a guardian. So many of you should know, if you don't know already, that you are protected, right? Divinely protected, divinely directed. But overall, because it's the strong fire energy, fire and air, right? Spreading like a wildfire, spreading in a sense that whatever it is that you came to do and how you came to do it is massive. It has a massive effect, right? So like I've told y'all before, every one lighthouse that turns on the light affects at the least 300 people. And then each of those 300 people, if they turn on their lights, they affect 300 other people. It's a butterfly effect, right? But at the end of the day, with Artemis being here, this has a lot to do with you making decisions in a way that you know that you will be okay. Making decisions in a way that the answers that you need, the people that you need, whatever that is, it's going to be okay. Just stay focused, right? Because he has a bow and arrow. OMG, that takes me back to elementary. because we had in gym we did the bow and arrows. Okay, I could have sworn I was a marksman. I wasn't. Now, but this has a lot to do with being very optimistic about whatever it is that you are directing your energy and intention toward, right? And being so matter of fact about that, and knowing that you are prepared for whatever comes with it or what have you, whether it works out the way that you think it should or not, you will be okay. A sign from heaven. All right, heaven is all up in here. Okay, but this is Protea. All right. And your loved ones in spirit are waving hello and giving you reassurance that you will be all right. Many of you are in a space where it's very important that you remember, especially in this gathering season that we are moving into, that has a lot to do with the ancestors really being at the forefront, even more so with you being congratulated on whole other levels. A lot of times you already know. Because your connection is so strong to your ancestors, right? Skilled healers, master protectors, ascended masters, whatever it is, right? But this has a lot to do with, like, I think that whoever this is, like some of you may have someone who crossed over this year or in the past 2 years, okay? Because this energy doesn't feel like it's been gone for a very long time with ISO, right? So whoever this is, they want you to stick to what it is that your plan was or whatever it is that y'all last discussed. I also feel that this is an energy here of divine feminine energy. Okay, this is divine feminine energy on the upright, right? This isn't this has a lot to do with just knowing, like going back into who you were before you became so conditioned by this world, remembering who you were before this world took you on a tailspin, right? Getting back to the heart of femininity, right? Getting back to the heart of nurturing energy, getting back to the heart of divine union, divine love, the divinity of the light that is shed on the divine feminine, or the light that is shed on the divine feminine within, that she allows to come out, right? For all to be able to be a part of and embrace. Okay, the more light workers we got, the better. Whoo, chat crystals. All right, so it's time for a cutting, clearing, and moving about in a way. Now, here's the thing about crystals and purchasing crystals that at the least are from as deeply rooted in the earth as possible, right? So you want to be mindful of that. But overall, where you purchase your crystals from, or any of your talisman of potency, because there's a lot of, now really, really quick, because y'all got to be careful, okay? Because oftentimes everyone doesn't have the purest of intentions when selling certain things. So you want to be mindful of that, because if you can just read the horror stories here and there and everywhere, right? So oftentimes people may sell things but attach something to it. That's why it's important to clear and cleanse everything before, and if you can, go into stores and purchase certain things, right? Or what have you. But when it comes to the crystals, you may want to go ahead and cleanse those, especially with that full moon coming about. Get you some full moon water, because it's good for you to cleanse with, take baths with, or what have you. Even consecrate certain things, cleanse certain things, work with your solar angel, whatever it is that you do, right? But this crystal with Epona has a lot to do with, there may be a gift that is coming through that is going to be crystal clear to you. So that also goes with the initiations that I picked up on in the last reads here. See the other person's point of view, whatever. Now then, so like I said, something is going to be crystal clear to you. Now, seeing other people's point of view doesn't mean that there should be any fear in being wrong. Seeing other people's point of view doesn't mean that you are handing over power to the person because you see where they are coming from, even though they were wrong in whatever it is that they did. That doesn't mean that. What it means is accountability, okay, between you and the person, possibly, or overall just part of your soul's growth, right? Just to see it for what it is, see things for what they are, see different ways of viewing, see or hear or what have you, different ways of viewing things and experiencing things or what have you. This also helps with you to become more cultured, but also it helps you to realize that some of the conditioning that you may be some of the conditioning or programming that you may hold very tightly to, it may not be right. There may be a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things based on how another person sees something or something like that. Focus upon your strengths here. So with Apollo here, focusing upon your strengths is going to be very important for you, because you are pulling in a lot of energy that has to do with a lot of past life present power energy. You are pulling in a lot of energy that has to do with the scales of balance, with balancing the masculine and the feminine energies within. But also some of you may be tantrics, right? Tantrikas, right? So really pulling in that power and just being a force for yourself to reckon with in this new space that you are in, right? Especially if you have been integrating a lot of new energies and receiving a lot of downloads and receiving going in. Some of you may have been in hermit mode for quite some time. Okay. Make sure that if you do go deeply into solitude, or move into a space where you're not interacting with a whole lot of people, lot of people, that you at the least interact with the trees, the bees, and the wooden facades. Irene is here. This is peace. She is ushering in. There's no need for you to worry. No need for you to rush things. No need for you to stress about things. No need for you to be anxious about certain things. It's all part of the divine planning. Things will work out the way that they should, or the way that the divine said that they would, right? But overall, it's very important that while you are focusing upon your strengths at this time, because there's always a time when we should look at our weaknesses and strengthen those as we go about, right? But sometimes you can give too much attention and too much time to your weakness, and it stops you, or it keeps you from prevailing or moving forward, because you're too much into one space when you're supposed to be moving into a totally different space, you see. Clarify Artemis for us, please. The Six of Wands. These are your guardian angels. This is your guardian spirits, or whoever this is, right? Your divine guardians, letting you know that they are proud of you and that you will be victorious and triumphant in whatever this is that you have been going through. With that Six of Wands here, there may be some type of conflict, some challenges, some chaos, some misunderstandings. People may be irritated by your light, right? Because of the Wands are spiritual to me, right? But overall, when it comes to the Five of Wands, which is the prerequisite to the Six of Wands, right? Something that you have to go through and need to see through before even making it to the Six of Wands, right? It's just a lot of conflict. It's a lot of disagreements, possibly, and it could be on the astral realm. Like some of y'all may be having disagreements with people in the astral realm and don't even know that, like, okay, so, but you may not even know the person. And it's like, okay, what is the fucking issue? There is no actual issue. There's a lot of past life present power that you have to pull back. Something that you are learning in mystery schools. When you do finally allow your soul to go and rest and do what it needs to do. Well, you rest and your soul go do what it needs to and learn and wrap up some things and clear out some things, right? Clarify this undying love, please. The Knight of Cups. A beautiful message that's coming through about creativity, curiosity. This could easily be that someone may be trying to come through to you, whether this is someone you've dealt with or someone who just wants to express how they feel to you. But remember, it's a Knight of Cups, so that is fine. Knights are still, they want to battle, they do their thing or whatever, and how they battle is based on the Knight and how they feel, right? So whoever this Knight is that is coming in, it's a Knight of Cups. So this could be someone who is says all the right things, makes you feel what they are saying or how they feel, right? So this is about emotions, right? So this may be someone who is tapped into their intuitive side, but they may be very creative as well. When you think about Knight of Cups, you think about jacks. Jack of clubs, Jack of diamond, Jack of spades, Jack ace, okay? But at the end of the day, jacks are very creative. Jacks are very forthcoming. Jacks are very heartwarming. With it being a Knight of Cups here, clarify this Knight of Cups with this undying love. Someone wants to move forward with you. Someone feels that they are fortunate to have you. They want to grow and expand possibly, but overall, this could be your ancestors ushering in that energy for you as well. This is a very stable energy. It's a number 4. What is this sign from heaven? The Nine of Coins. Your independence is the key to the foundation of who you are. Stick to your vision. Stick to your goals. I'm pretty sure many of you have been in a space where with that being in those illusions or being wrapped up in finishing out cycles or what have you, whatever that means to you. Now that you have gotten grounded, now you are in a space where you really are in a space of gratitude, which brings in more things for you to be grateful for. But overall, with this this Nine of Coins, I feel as though this is you've been doing a lot of working possibly with your spirit team, your spirit guides, those known and unknown ancestors that want to help you move forward, those known and unknown ancestors that want to see you prevail, right? Be triumphant with that Six of Swords. But with that Nine of Pentacles, it's important for you to remember to take time out for self-care. Your routines are very important to your growth. You shouldn't have to explain yourself or explain what it is that you got going on when you got it going on. Two of Wands, because eventually you're going to have a decision to make. You have some type of decision that may be coming through when it comes to which direction you will be going, what will you be sticking to, how will you be sticking to it, what really works. Some of you will be coming together with family and friends. You may even be in a space where you are moving or relocating in states to a whole other state, but it could easily be a whole other state of being. You know what I mean? All right. What is this focus upon your strengths? So then you have focus upon your strengths when it comes to what it is that you want and how you will be moving forward. I feel as though many of you have been fruitful in, well, I guess this must be the truth. Many of you have been very fruitful and producing, right? Some of you may even be pregnant and thinking about how can you move forward. There may be a lot that is going on. You got to check yourself, check your hormones, check which direction that you want to go in. How is this going to work? Like, you may have a lot on your mind. If you're pregnant, I need you to stop it right motherfucking now. Thank you. Now, overall, what I get with this Nine of Cups is that there are some things that you walked away from. There are some things that you had to recoup, right? There are some things that you had to, like, get your vision back together, get your ability to focus. Right? So now they want you to focus upon your strengths in this space that you are in, because you've done a lot of work. You've made a lot of things happen. A lot of things have come to fruition in your life, in your atmosphere, right? And now you're in the space of, just be happy with where you are, who you are, and know that what's to come will come, right? What do you have for my beautiful people, Chad? Oh, let's clarify another cards. Crystals, please. Crystals. And when I said that about crystals, of course, I sell crystals as well, right? And I always tell y'all, make sure that you cleanse anything that you receive. Sometimes I even send some Iota Awa, which is an incense I make, a blend I put together. But at the end of the day, I send stuff for y'all to cleanse with a candle, something, okay? That's just regardless, right? That's just regardless. But I knew that with that message that came in earlier, of course, because that's just life. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if the mailman is tripped out. You don't know if how people are feeling at the post office, or the people that have to throw your package around, how strong their energy is, and how when they touch your stuff, what happens. We don't know. So that's why it's very important to just make sure that you cleanse and consecrate certain things before even setting it up in your house, no matter what it is, especially secondhand shit, whatever. Clarify these crystals, Chad. Seven of Cups. I told you. In order to be crystal clear about certain things, what opportunities are available to you? What direction do you go? How do you move about? What do you do? How do you sit and wait for the answers, right? Sometimes you have to wait for divine instruction before you just get to moving around or what have you. There's a lot of things that be working out in the background that we don't get to see. There's a lot of things that are presented that may not be what they are. Some of you have an opportunity that's available to you, and it's like, it's meant to bite you in your ass. So you just need to be careful with the opportunities that are available. This is not to scare you or anything like that. Like I said, wait for divine instruction. Okay? There may be some good luck here. There's something that's happening around Christmas. Someone may be someone may be proposing to you on Christmas. Someone may even be offering you a gift that you would never think they would have offered to you or would have been available to you. I also feel as though there's his and hers keys. So that may be the joining of forces with someone who y'all hold the key for one another, you see. What does it see the other person's point of view? It may have a lot to do with what I just said. The Magician. All right. Their manifestation abilities, yours has a lot to do with strength and faith. Whoever this is that uses magic or uses their charisma, whatever it is that they use to get their way, they want you to see their point of view. But overall, you need to know the strength and the power that you have in how and what it is that you believe in. What is the foundation of your beliefs? That is what is strong, you see. What is this piece? The Tower. Once things break down, if you go through some type of breakdown, go through some type of clarity, go through something that had to happen. Towers are something that don't have to happen. Sometimes you can go ahead and do the work and it won't happen. You can miss it by the hair on your chin. But oftentimes when a tower hits, there is something that has to do with your evolution, your ascension, your spiritual expansion in order for you to strengthen on your soul's growth. You as a spiritual being having a human experience. What is it that will allow for you to become stronger and strengthen you so that you can continue to move forward? What is it that you are going through or are you giving your attention to? Like you may be giving your attention to, you may have gotten so into the mundane world and just going in circles about one thing over and over again. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to go home. I'm going to make a TV dinner and I'm going to do this. And you just got so caught up in it and then boom, a tower hit. However the tower hit, right? Something happened that just made you had to, because you weren't giving attention to your divine, to your star player. So you had to go into this space where they show you, like, okay, we tried to warn you, but you weren't listening. So now we're finna show you. We're going to take all this from you. We're going to remove all these things from you. We're going to take you into this space where you have no choice but to listen this time. What is it that you are truly grateful for? What is it that you are supposed to be doing? What is part of your soul's calling in this space? That's what they said, chat, because I work for the Most High, okay? But I do not work for the tower. Because I like to see people win, but, people don't be paying attention. Now then, give us whatever else we need before I leave up out of here. Justice. I'm seeing here with this justice here, this tower has to happen. How you respond to whatever events happen in your life, however that works out, you're going to get that balance, right? You're going to realize that what goes around comes around, or why something happened to prevent something else from being totally, like some of y'all are going to miss some kind of legality. Because of that tower. The tower had to happen. See, the tower may not even happen to you. It may happen to people that you had no idea were trying to do something to you. It may happen to them, and then you realize, maybe on the news or something like that, something comes across your news feed, your timeline, that lets you know that, damn, I was about to such and such and such and such. I was about to go to that place, Micro Center, my favorite place. I love it. But at the end of the day, you're going to see how you miss something by the hair on your, like some kind of affiliation. It's like something happens to show you that if you would have made a certain decision, you would have got caught up in a process with some people that were not right. They were not fair. They were not just. They were not doing things in a correct manner. This may even have to do with your job. I don't know what that is. But at the end of the day, you will realize how to run your own plays. Okay, you will realize that listening more and acting less, right? Acting only when you receive instruction to act on certain things, especially big things like that with your associations, affiliations, acquaintances, okay? Because that's the word I use for people that, like, we really don't lie, don't be out here lying to we that cool. We acquaintances, okay? We acquaintances, okay? But that's what I have on that. I pray that it helps, and it's something that a conversation that stirs up something within you to help you look at whatever it is that you have going on, right? And remember, stepping out of the illusion and being very grounded in reality, but also being very using your intuition as you move along is going to save you a lot of heartache, heartbreak, and misunderstandings. All right, I'm Lulu, and I'm out. My nose start itching, y'all.